Whoops. Hello and welcome back to Starcastic Remarks. The Dallas Stars lose with a final score of 4-0 to the Winnipeg Jets. They're shut out for the first time this season. Their already season-long losing streak is extended to 4. And in a game where we said that they had a good chance to respond to some awfulness that happened Tuesday night, the Stars just don't. I'm Chris. I'm joined by my brother James. What do you think, James?
I mean, when was the last time the Stars lost 4 in a row? It's been a while. There's honestly not much to say. They didn't look terrible in the game, but then your offense comes out and lays a goose egg for the first time the whole season. It's the only game they've been shut out all season long. They went 78 games without at least getting one goal. And the game after that, they gave up a 3-goal lead with 1 minute left. They don't score a single one.
Yeah, the lack of response is definitely pitiful. I'll tell you something that's more pitiful. I agree with you for the most part. The first 2 periods, I thought the Stars were the better team for large portions of it. The third period sucked. Going into the third period down by 2 goals, and you have a power play to cut it in half in the first 2 minutes, and you completely squander that. They're outshot 17-8 in the third period when they were trailing. That's horrible. That sucks. That's really bad. And a team that is trying to push to win the game like that should be able to put up a better effort than that in the third period, I think.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think the power play was too terrible. They had good chances on it. Hellebuyck was this does need to be said. Hellebuyck was standing on his head. He was playing like he was on the best team in the league, and he is the best goalie. And I mean, he was playing like he had already won the Hart trophy. Honestly, he was out of his mind. But regardless of that, you can't let that end up being the story of the night, and it truly was. I mean, 100% was. It's tough that it ends up that way. Like you said, after the Jets killed off that penalty, the Stars looked dejected, honestly, on the ice, and they didn't offer up much after that, other than like a few like weird chances that were not really that were against the flow of play.
Yep, and it was a franchise record-setting win for Connor Hellebuyck, who beat his own previous record. He's up to 45 wins on the season. He's definitely going to be top 3 in Hart voting. He might win. He really could. And yeah, he had a great game. Those glove saves, especially, were on fantastic shots by Harley and Robertson in the first period. They were dirty. I mean, and he's the best goalie in the world for a reason. The Stars didn't do enough to get him off balance, though. I mean, he didn't have a lot of bumps or anything going on around him. Not a ton of deflection chances for Dallas. I mean, obviously you give credit to the Jets and their best defense, but you got to fight a little bit harder when the goalie's like that. You got to knock them off balance a little bit. The Stars weren't able to do that. Another thing worth noting is that a lot of Winnipeg fans were saying this is the biggest regular season hockey game in Jets franchise history, which is pretty true. If you look at what's at stake, it's the first, or it's going to be, it's technically not yet, but it's going to be the first division win and first conference win for Winnipeg ever in the National Hockey League for either franchise, the one that was in Winnipeg and the new one from Atlanta. So that is huge for Winnipeg. And it showed tonight. They played a great hockey game. You have to give Winnipeg credit because they looked like the best team in the NHL right here. But the Stars just didn't do enough to adjust and try and force goals into the net. There wasn't enough scrambling, wasn't enough second chances. And again, you got to give Winnipeg some credit for that, but you got to find some way to get through it. And the Stars just couldn't do it. And it was a more important game to Winnipeg than it was to Dallas. And that's what it looked like on the ice to me, especially in that third period after the Stars didn't score the power play goal.
Yeah. And this team's greatest enemy is great goaltending on the other side. They're built to just score on little amounts of shots, especially since getting Mikko Rantanen. This is a super skilled team. We've been saying that for weeks and weeks and weeks now because of what they've been doing. But when you run into a goaltender who is on and is not letting anything past him, those sweet shots are still going to get saved. And sometimes you have to go and you have to get that grimy rebound goal, and they're just it wasn't there. The fourth line had a few chances. Bork had a chance that he almost got like that, but all of them negated and never got to Hellebuyck himself, never got to the net. So you really gotta get more than just the one and dones, especially when you're struggling to score.
Yeah, I agree. I think there wasn't enough scrappiness around Hellebuyck, and that let him get comfortable. And you're absolutely right. The Stars did have great shots, but they were all from probably up top above the faceoff dots. If you think about it, they were in the slot. They were good high slot shots for sure. But I mean, there's no jamming. There's no body piles on top of Hellebuyck. That's the kind of stuff you need to see when there's a goalie on like this to knock him off. So yeah, I 100% agree there. Enough about the game, but like this is a 4-game losing streak for a team that everyone was super excited about going into the end of the regular season. The regular season is essentially done now. There's 3 more games for the Stars. They're not really going to mean much of anything. I mean, what kind of hope can we have for this team going into the playoffs? Is there anything we can look at right now to point at, or that we might see in the next 3 games that is going to make them feel good going into round 1?
My one thing is that you're going to get Sagan back. And yes, it's only one player, but one player can create a chain reaction. And really that's the only thing I'm holding on to right now, because there's really nothing else. I mean, as fans now, we're just gonna have to sit and wait until game 1 of the playoffs, and we're not gonna know what team we're gonna get. We're not gonna know how good they're gonna play. We know what we think we've seen in the past week, but you really just don't know.
Yeah, and you're hoping that there's a light switch that they can turn on at this point now, because I mean, sure, there's 3 more games that you can ramp up into. There are teams that are out of the playoffs. They're going to be playing young guys, giving them looks. Even if they sweep these next 3 games, it's not going to make you feel better about what just transpired in these past 4 games with the Stars. It's really not. I don't think it's going to make the Stars feel better, because they can play badly and they can win the next 3 games. So it really doesn't matter. The only thing I'm really holding out for is, yes, for the hurt players to come back. Sagan is likely to return before round 1. The Heiskanen rumors, of course, are just up and down all over the place, intentionally to confuse now the Avalanche, who are almost certainly going to be the Stars' opponent in round 1. The hope I have is those 2 can come back and Otter can stand on his head. Maybe Rantanen lights up. I don't know, something. You got to hope that something can change, because right now, the way the Stars are playing, they're not going to get past the first round. And that's just the case. So it sucks to say, but don't place any bets on the Stars, because they're giving you no reason to count on them coming down the stretch into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Bichsel specifically. Got really exposed tonight, especially on the second goal. I can't remember who scored it. It was the 4th line center for Winnipeg.
Morgan Barron. That was the second goal.
Yeah, the first one on Bichsel is what I mean. That's just a horrible play. I mean, he steps up when he shouldn't. He gets turned around, fully beat. And it's not by a high skill guy. Barron is a 4th line center. He's not gonna be making any highlight reel goals, and he didn't do anything special there. Bichsel just tried to step up on him and missed, and it was a really bad play. And it was the first of several tonight for Bichsel, who looked really out of place.
Yeah, it wasn't a hard play for Barron to make, but he did he looked a lot better than he is on that play.
Yeah. I would say honestly, Bichsel made him look good.
he made him look good for sure. And it was a good shot from Barron too. I mean, he placed it perfectly. A good shot. So, but yeah, Bichsel, he has that problem where he bites up early on players coming into the zone, and I'm sure part of that is from not playing on this ice that is closer. The boards are closer together in the NHL, so rather than over in Europe. So I think that's still part of his gap control and spacing problems that he's going to have. And it's just one of the things that you can point to when it comes playoff time. You're like,
it's a pain
point. Maybe he doesn't get in,
And this is the most pressure the Stars have had this season, the most pressure Bichsel has faced in the season, and he pretty much fully folded. He's also involved on both the Kyle Connor goals in the third period. The first one from Kyle Connor, he is on a 2-on-1 and he just kind of lets the puck go by. He's basically not there, is what that one is. The third one, it's a trailer for Kyle Connor. Bichel's not fully responsible for that one, but I mean, hey, he didn't break up the pass again, so that's not great either. So it's just really not good for Bichsel, especially, I mean, that's a guy who I was thinking could step up and be a big player for the Stars in a playoff style situation, can make big hits, and he did make some big hits, but he didn't step up in the other facet of the game, which is his defense, especially off the rush. It was not good. It was really bad. And that's really scary because we're going to play a team that plays a lot faster than the Winnipeg Jets in round one.
And I will say that it was definitely helped out by Matt Dumba, who in a game where we're down by 2, he's trying to get some offense going and he's crashing deep into the zone. You could tell he was stretching a little much. That's not the player, in my opinion, who I want going. Points. Yeah, 1 goal, 9 points, and he's in the slot on the offensive zone before the turnover on both of the Kyle Connor goals. So that's not where I want him to be, but it is also
he's also trying to score. Like at least he is.
Yeah, he's pushing. Trying to do something. You can see what he's trying to do, and you got to defend a little better from Bichsel too. I mean, once it's already happened. I mean, Dumba's already in the slot there. You know what's coming. You got to find a way to make a good play. He had 3 chances tonight, 3 separate rush chances. All 3, the last 3 goals from the Jets were scored on the Dumba Bichsel pairing, all off the rush. So he had 3 chances to make at least decent play, try to break it up, and he missed all 3 of them. And really that's what the biggest difference in the game to me was the third pairing just getting majorly exposed.
Yep. The Stars top line was broken up here again tonight. Do you think that's because they were bad, or is it just doing whatever you can to try and get something by Helly?
Yeah, I think it's more trying something because the Stars have never been shut out all season, and you're sitting with 10 minutes left, no goals. So it is part Hellebuyck just being ridiculous. And I think the other part was you really didn't see that much pressure in the third period, especially. I mean, you could see it in the first and second. The lines were rolling decently well. They were getting offensive zone pressure, and Hellebuyck was shutting it down. And then the third period, that went away. So I think that's the main reason for the line shuffles.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I didn't think they were that bad, especially in the first period. They had some really great chances. I think it was just trying to do anything to spark some offense.
The first period truly was quite spectacular. I mean, the only mistake is the Jets scoring or the Jets scoring, really. Yeah, it's both ways. But it's a perfect tip from Niederreiter too. I mean, that's the one goal on the night where I'm like, there's nothing they could have done. I mean, you could maybe try and follow him when he goes to the net off of it, but like you have to be there and get a stick while you're off the rush.
Yeah, it's a fadeaway deflection off the rush. It's an amazing play by Niederreiter.
So This game could have gone a very different way. I feel like the third pairing and then the third period play in general kind of stuffed it.
Yeah, and honestly, it might be even more scary after watching this game. Obviously, the previous ones, Stars playing bad, getting beat, or giving up late in the game like they did against the Canucks. This game, the Stars played well for large parts of it, and still looked like they were no match for the Winnipeg Jets. And that's pretty scary.
And that's why I'm happy that we're not having to play them in the first round. Good night. It might be a second round, but by then they're going to have to figure something else out. But it really, I feel like tonight was Hellebuyck saying, I should be the winner of the Hart Trophy. And that's what it looked like from start to finish.
And getting a shutout in definitely the best or the most important game of the regular season for the Jets, maybe the most important regular season game for their franchise ever. I mean,
and shutting out a team who hasn't been shut out all season long.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the MVP. I mean,
he should be. If he isn't, people just like scoring too much.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the Stars don't like scoring too much.
Apparently.
Was there anything else you wanted to hit on, James? I had a couple of more things before we get off of here, but
I think Donov had a really nice night. The fourth line in general looked very solid. I just think Donov fits so well on the fourth line. He tends to create stuff by himself, and he's quite good at finding weird spots where you wouldn't think to score from. Robertson honestly I think the best chance of the night was Robertson's turnaround shot that he had. For some reason, that tends to fool Hellebuyck all the time. Robertson does it to him all the time. And I think he missed the net on that one. And I thought that was the best chance of the night.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to get at was I thought Jamie Benn played really fantastic in this game tonight. I mean, it looked like he flipped a switch, at least from the past 2-3 months to this game. He was playing pretty fantastic. I mean, all over the ice, looked way faster tonight, looked way more dangerous, had I think probably the best chances the Stars had really early in the game. From that centering pass, he was right on top of the crease and got the stick on it, beat the defender, just outmuscled him and got one on net, and is just a little bit too low and got stopped by the pad. So I thought Jamie Benn was great here, and if he's able to flip a switch, maybe we can get a few other guys to flip a switch come playoff time.
Yeah. The one other thing I will actually say is that I hate officiating. At one point, the Jets had 7 players on the ice. It hit one of them, and then they got possession from it, and it's not called. And then the one that they do call is nothing. There was nothing on the play against the Jets. It was stupid night. I really hope the playoffs aren't officiated that way. Whereas I agree with letting them play. There's a point where it gets a little excessive, and I thought it was a little excessive tonight.
Yeah, I'm fine with letting him play, but then you let him play and then you call a stupid penalty. I mean, the penalty that the Jets got was like the least penalty of the night. I mean, there was 4 or 5 other ones that were way worse than what they actually did call. So, like, I'm fine with letting him play, but keep it consistent at least. And I didn't think it was, so I agree with you there.
And there was some emotion from Steele. I mean, that's how you got the penalty at the end of the game. Get punched a dude in the face, you know. I mean, when nothing else is working, I mean, might as well. But
yeah, I'm glad Steele was able to do that and at least show a little bit of pushback. But it just, I mean,
and getting booed off the ice. Your fans booed you off the ice.
That's important too. I mean, we should talk about that. That the All-Stars fans actually booed their team off the ice. The team
and they deserved it.
And yeah, they 100% deserved it, which is crazy to think about. This team is 3rd in the National Hockey League. They're going to finish probably 3rd in the National Hockey League, and they got booed off the ice in what is it? Their 2nd to last home game of the season.
Yeah,
and they absolutely deserved it. I mean, you come into the biggest game of the season and you don't score a goal, you deserve to get booed off the ice. I don't care how good the other goalie was. I don't care how important the game was to the other team. you deserve to get booed off the ice. I mean, I think that's good on Stars fans. It shows they're intelligent. They know what that game meant, and they know what they saw wasn't appropriate. It wasn't acceptable for Stars fans. That I do think that needs to continue as a fan base. We should hold our team to a higher standard, and that standard wasn't really met tonight.
Yeah.
So biggest winner, biggest loser. Who you got, James?
Biggest winner is Connor Hellebuyck. He's a monster. If he doesn't win the Hart, it'll be a crime.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't win the Hart, it's incorrect. Honestly, I mean, you see the Jets from last season to this season, and then you look at Connor Hellebuyck's stats. Tell me he's not the reason. I mean, I won't believe you.
He came into the season with a mission, and I mean, a mission is halfway accomplished, honestly.
Right, and here's the obvious talking point that the Jets are going to have going into the playoffs is that he had a great season last year. Not this insane, but he did have a great season. He won the Vezina, and then he came into the playoffs and he stunk. And he talked about in his post-series presser kind of that he's never seen anything like that offensively before. But then we saw other teams like the Canucks and Shilovs be able to shut down the Oilers pretty easily compared to what he gave up. So the talking point for the Jets is going to be he did it in the regular season, undoubtedly was one of the best players. You and me think he is the best player in the National Hockey League this year. It doesn't matter. It's can he do it in the playoffs? And man, it looked like it tonight. And it looked like it in the Four Nations face-off too. I mean, he's probably the best player USA had, even with how crazy the Kachucks were going in that tournament. So yeah, he's nuts. He's my biggest winner too. If if you were questioning after I just gushed over him. Who's your biggest loser, James?
The biggest loser is the third pairing. I understand Dumba trying to help his team out and going in offensively. He is not the player to do that. He's not supposed to be one of the big goal scoring players. He scored one goal all season. I don't want him down there. And then Bichsel, just, I mean, terrible night.
Worst game he has.
Completely.
Worst game he had all season.
Again, he had like three. There were three key moments in the game, and he messed up on every single one of them.
Yeah, worst game he had all season. And during the time when it's the worst games the Stars have played all season, it's just, other than goaltending, pretty much everything's falling apart for the Stars right now. And honestly, tonight, Otter had a couple of big saves, but he got out-dueled still. He still got beat by Hellebuyck.
I don't know how you beat Hellebuyck, but...
True. I mean,
that's going to be an interesting storyline going.
I agree, but when we talk about, like, maybe Otter can drag us through the first round of playoffs, well, watching that game looks like he can't, honestly. So, yeah, my biggest loser is going to be the Stars' top line. I said they weren't bad, and I stand by that. I thought they were pretty good and had some of the best chances tonight. You got to score. I mean, Mikko Rantanen's about to get paid $12 million a year starting next season. You score a goal in these types of games. That's what it's for. It's more for the playoffs. So if you want to save those goals for the playoffs, and they actually come in the playoffs, I will shut my mouth right back up, and I will happily watch a big chunk of my team's salary cap go to you. But if you're not going to score in these big time games, then you're not worth the money. So this is a good scare for maybe Mikko Rantanen's not clutch. That's the start of the storyline for me, at least, is this game tonight. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here. We wanted to see a response tonight from the Dallas Stars. We saw a decent game, but definitely didn't see a response. So you're going to have to hold on and hope something changes between now and game one, round one, because if the Stars are playing like this, they're not going to go far. Stuff can change. Stuff has changed before. We talked about it last night, me and Ryan. Things can flip like a switch, but it's a pretty heavy switch at this point to get flipped. Thanks to DraftKings. Be sure to use that promo code THPN anytime you're there. They got a new pick six kind of pick 'em thing that you can do in Texas now. So sign up for that. You Texas residents, you can use the promo code THPN for some free stuff. Check out starcasticalmarks.com. You can see the Who Cares Club. You can see merch there. We do some blog posts every once in a while, so check that out. Be sure to be in the Discord. There's some honestly, this afternoon there was a very intelligent conversation going on, I feel like, in the Discord, which is pretty fun. You're not going to get that on social media very often, and according to Ardell in our chat here, you're not going to get that from the DLLS comment section tonight. But if you want to have some slightly more rational conversations, head over to the Discord. Please like, subscribe, share this. Next podcast is going to be Saturday against, who is it, James? The Predators?
I think it's Utah.
Utah, yes, thank you. James doesn't even have pulled it up. He's not ready for the game either.
It's Saturday at 7 p.m. against
Saturday
Utah.
At 7 p.m. So
last home game of the season.
Last home game of the season, and thankfully not another matinee start. We've had too many of those recently. Well, that's gonna do it for us, guys. We're sad and dejected just like you, but I mean, what you got left now is hope. So thanks, and you'll hear from us again pretty soon.